You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Got to get the right guy to run the org. Again, Bill Polian's not going to come here because he's, 70-something years old. He's not going to come here again as a president. But again, they got to find somebody to run the organization as a president-wise. And again, get the right GM and get a good scouting department first, because the one they got there sucks. You know who had a good scouting department? Yeah, the Lions did too. But guess what? All those guys got canned when Millen came in, and they all went to Pittsburgh and won 2 Super Bowls. Ron Hughes and the guys.
I don't know. They weren't doing anything when they were here, so I don't know.
They were the assistant scouts. They weren't the chief scouts on there.
Whatever.
But they go to Pittsburgh and they win. They basically draft Roethlisberger and everybody else.
No, they go to Pittsburgh, where an organization that has a foundation and does things the right way, and they fell in line. That's what happened. They didn't go there and make Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was made when them things were
but they go there and they do draft the right guys and they do the right scouting and everything with it. But again, I'm just saying is that with that, no. I mean,
very, very minimal, effect. That's. The whole thing's got to be gutted from the inside out. Well, and those guys there, they had to go as well.
I'm saying you got to get a fresh group of eyes as scouts. I mean, again, fresh, young guys, scouting-wise, with it. You just broom out the old guys. You got to either adapt or die.
You don't need young guys necessarily either. You need somebody that's proven. You got to stop with all this. They're not smart enough to find the next guy. They aren't. They won't. It will not happen. Then who do you get?
You get a retread?
Everybody's a fucking retread. Have you looked at the league lately? Well, they're all retreads. You got to find somebody with some experience that's done it. Period.
But who's going to come here?
It doesn't matter. Whoever gives you the money. There's only 32 fucking jobs in the whole world. What do you mean who's coming here?
I mean, if you're
anybody that's got the money.
But if you're a president, are you going to come to the Lions?
Yes. Yes, you will. If I'm giving you the money and it's one of 32 jobs, you're coming.
But we're the black hole of the NFL.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If there's 80 billion people on the planet and 32 jobs and you get one of them, you don't give a rat's ass where it's at. You don't. You don't care.
This is where you come to die.
You're talking about an ownership group that will give you the time to do whatever you need. They will stay out of your way. Dude, what are you talking about? It's the ideal situation for everybody.
I hope you're right.
No, it is. It is the ideal situation. The problem is they don't hire the right people. I would trust Freddy Krueger to do my circumcision before I would ever trust them to hire the right person. They can't do it. And that's what the problem is. That's why they have to go to an agency. But that doesn't work either, because U of M did it, and they got Rich Rod.
Well, again, there's a whole nother aspect.
But they did the same damn thing. They couldn't figure out who they were going to hire. They found an outside firm to pick out their candidates and find who they wanted. They gave them Rich Rod, and they took them. And look what they got. So this is
well, there's other stories on that one, and that's for another thing on that story there.
But
but Rich Rod was not their first choice. Trust me, that was not their first choice. Certain aspects of this, basically, they got stuck with Rich Rod.
It does.
They were not going to hire Rich Rod off the bat. Certain aspects happened where they were basically he was Plan B.
Right, so was Caldwell, and Plan A got fired a week before he did.
Well, I agree on that.
For the line, so what are you talking about here? Once again, they can't make a fucking decision to save their ass.
I mean, again, we're not going to talk about Michigan. We're talking about the Lions here. But again, no coach has ever come to the Lions, and general managers basically come here to. What was the general manager we've had? We've had Russ Thomas.
Who have they brought in that was proven?
Well, they haven't.
Okay, then. That's why they're gone, because they're not proven anywhere. In any other team, in any other part of the league, they were never proven. They came here to get a chance. They gave them enough rope to hang themselves, and they were gone. And then
they hired proven coaches who basically never got another job in the NFL as a head coach.
Who was proven besides Mooch?
Well, again, if you go prior to that, what's his name?
Exactly.
No, what's his name? Just Bobby Ross.
And look what they did to Bobby Ross.
And he never got a job back in the NFL.
No, he didn't play. You're telling me because he was the coach of the Lions, that's why he never got a job again.
Not in the NFL. Nobody leaves the Lions and gets another job as a head coach in the NFL.
Because none of them are qualified to be head coaches. None of them. Caldwell isn't. Schwartz isn't. None of these guys are qualified to be head coaches. And half of them go back and get coordinator jobs again. God damn it, they're praising Marinelli. They're praising Marinelli in Dallas. They can't talk highly enough about the guy. And he came here and shit his pants. 0-16. And he's the greatest coordinator on earth right now.
I don't say that. I mean,
You don't have to say it. Everybody else is, Moose. And that's my point. They don't hire the right people for the right job. You can be a great fucking coordinator. It doesn't make you a coach.
No, it doesn't.
You can be a great this, that, or the other. It doesn't make you a GM, a president. It doesn't make you any of those things. And those guys do not hire the right people ever. Ever. They have never done it. That's why none of those guys ever get jobs as head coaches again, because they never should have had one in the first fucking place.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.